Hello, today I would like to talk about the importance of the economy to ensure power. Um, Actually, many say that politics or military power are the first measure of influence of real impact in the world. But in fact, the history showed a lot that in the long run, the economy is the first measure of power. And in this video, I will try to argue on this. First, um, we can see that an example of that was the rivalry between France and Great Britain in the 18th and 19th century. Of course, everyone knows about Napoleon and how he succeeded to, thanks to its military genius, to expand France and to make France an empire at his time. Anyway, um, the English succeeded through various means to counterattack and, at the end of the course, defeat France. And one of the main reasons was its economical and technological advance. Um, at the time of Napoleon, Britain got financial markets. They were more advanced in the financial revolution in the industrial revolution than France. At this time, it began at the middle of the 18th century, and the liberal principles advocated by Adam Smith were working a lot better than in France. And they succeeded to also with their diplomatic ties, but its advance in the economy was a major reason why they succeeded to defeat France, while England was a lot less populated, and as well not they didn't have so much more allies than Napoleon, but thanks to this economic advance, they succeeded to take the advantage. Another example is in France, particularly the emergence of the bourgeoisie compared to the aristocracy. Um, Actually, during the Middle Age in France, the aristocracy was leading a feudal society, and was the dominant class in France. While when capitalism became more and more mobiliar, with the development of cities, of small businesses, of trades, bourgeoisie took more and more importance and got the economic power. The aristocracy got the political power. They led often the military, but they didn't have the economic power. And at the end of the course, in the French Revolution, the bourgeoisie took the power over the aristocrats, but it was the result of a long evolution of economic power, because the bourgeoisie was a lot richer than the aristocracy in the years preceding the French Revolution. So I think that the same process happened with the United States in the 20th century. It became the first economy in the world in the second half of the 19th century, and the Americans have been able to deploy resources, logistics, able to counter the military power of Germany, Japan, and later the Soviet Union, thanks to its economic preeminence, and as well scientific, but the power of its economy was a major reason of its success. So the fact, the sentence of Immanuel Kant saying that the first measure of power is money is, in my opinion, really true. And sometimes, as a French, I see that often politicians in France have the tradition to make politics prevail over the economy. and probably in some other countries, and mainly in Anglo-Saxon countries, the economy, the impact of businesses of the economy is stronger. It's a tradition linked to the Protestantism, um, uh, and while France is by tradition a more Catholic country with a solid and sometimes rigid hierarchy. So and of course, today it's a real question, because as China economy is more and more powerful, it's interrogating, it's going back to this process. And as history showed a lot, money precedes power. And of course, the Western world, in my opinion, has to reinvent itself, um, especially to build a real scientific competitive advantage over especially China. But probably it will be through more cooperation between powers, because today, and the demography is a major factor in this, Chinese economy will prevail over the American economy. Thank you for having watched this video. Goodbye.